This short video presents the Farmers Research Group approach based on the experiences gained from the implementation of the different research activities supported by FRG project. I hope that it will help to better understand the approach and facilitate the scaling up and its institutionalization in the national agricultural research system.
Yeah, we are going to do that. We evaluate the varieties with the different planting methods with the farmers and then that of extension workers. Then visually on vegetative stage, we select the best one today.
Garuu qunxoon akka biyyoolessaatti Adaamaa Bishootuu irra ba'e. Kanaaf barattoota kana gidduu maal fakkaata? Adda addummaan isaanii akkam qilleensa biyya.
As you know, research work is for the farmers to improve the production and productivity of farmers. So these farmers working with the farmers at the FRG approach or farmers research group approach, that one the farmers participate in every steps of this research activities. Then the final they utilize or they use this technology easily. The acceptance will increase because they are the one who participated or fully engaged with the evaluation of these technologies. Then it's easy to disseminate the technologies. Farmers' participation, its advantage is that one thing, the technologies will be observed by the farmers from different point of view, from its yielding ability, from its adaptability, from its maturity, from different aspects, because the farmers have their own indigenous knowledge. Based on those indigenous knowledge, they select the technologies which we provide for them. Then they select based on their situations.
Participatory research is a research typology that enables clients to involve at all stages of the research process, taking the leadership in making decisions. Participatory research fosters innovation system through enabling technology generation and transfer to make sure that it is appropriate and can be adopted by targeted farmers. FRG approach is one of the participatory research approaches for agricultural researchers to actively and efficiently conduct research activities so that their contribution to improving farmers' production and management activities and reducing risks in their practice are realized. FRG approach is a research approach by which a multidisciplinary research team, extension workers, and group of farmers jointly conduct research on selected topics based on farmers' needs on farmers' field. The approach also involves other stakeholders when it is necessary. Researchers from different disciplines form a team to work on selected topics so that the complex and diversified situations of farmers can be taken into account when solutions are found, selected, developed, and/or modified.
What we are feeling is because if it is from different multidiscipline, You can see different issues in different ways. Because if I am from one field, I couldn't address the other issues which are already from other disciplines. But if we are from different groups, I may focus on fish, for instance. But some socio-economists could be focusing on social issues of the people, the fishes themselves. And someone from disease could be also focusing on the disease that are affecting the fishes, or the microbial organisms that are affecting fish spoilage. So being multidisciplinary is very better to have a good research and again to choose the best technology.
FRG member farmers are involved starting from planning stage so that their real needs is reflected in the plan and they will have ownership feeling about the activities. Farmers also do research so that their knowledge and skills of farmers are combined with those of researchers and outputs become more appropriate to their circumstance.
كيف قالت تسقى مقشو كسب برقد قديني نقشان تجدي زريو وده السبورس واني لا ثمن جو قرقنا ولا ثمن جو لاستيكا زريو سا انت بيدت تمرت نيو ميني السبورس واني لا ثمن جو قرقنا زريو سان لا ثمن جو لاستيكا زريو ساني السي لاستيك وين ناو لاستيك وهزو لاستيك زريو تاكيد تجمع انت بكدو نونا جو إن حاجة كراشين شافيرا نه غاشيرا مدابرة يورال زريدي كاسه نوني چو باشدو بنويو چو تايني ينت بكت تمرتي نونا جو إني هاتشيكا كراشين انتنا غلطي تاكيدي نويو نوتومي أكيم أكيدي نوميان دي أسا تمرتي أكيبه نغا إنكون حقانا أوتزرتي ياغدي تمرتي أمي تاكيدا أسا ديكا كراشين انتنا غلطي دي انت وسا نونا جو إدوغا بيدي كاسه كي نوني استيبورسون داروسا زريوغا غوتا زريتيو سوبه كسي زريدي دارو تقيميا كاسه كيو دارو أكيدي اتا تمرتي نونا مادي زياغدي نويو جو إتيم أكيدي هرا تامرتي دي حسا ديكا كراشين تاكيدوغا نويو لو أغدوغ شدايون تمرتي أكيد
FRG activities are geared towards developing extension workers' capacity to facilitate their innovation as well as farmers' capacity to innovate. Smooth and effective communication between each group is essential for functional research work. Extension workers are also expected with the role as mediator between researchers and farmers.
Okay, the farmers are expected from me. There are so many things. I give some training, and I participate meeting with them in order to fulfill the gap. And the farmers they have their own knowledge and technique, but I introduce with the researchers new things for us. The researcher also give some important things. They stay temporary, but I'm here doing day and night with the farmers, so I will try to give full information rather than the researchers.
There are other stakeholders who play important roles to generate solutions for farmers' problems. Their involvement will make the approach's output more comprehensive and sustainable in technology's scale-up. Possible stakeholders include NGOs, professors, manufacturers, mass media, traders, or brokers, etc. FRG approach makes the participation among researchers, farmers, and extension workers, as well as other stakeholders, realizing a functional linkage. The linkage brought by the FRG approach is practical and useful to create technologies and innovations which are required in farmers' day-to-day activity. Here is Gorgora, small village near Lake Tana. Research on fish processing and preservation is now undergoing. Researchers, fishers, extension workers, and stakeholders are now verifying and discussing on the latest outcomes of their experiment.
We are going to make some type of processing, but this is what the farmers have already prepared. But next we will show you how they prepare for processing, and we will take a look on that.
አሁን ደግሞ ይሄ ሲደርቅ ይቀንሳል።
ስማስም ውሃው እኮ ሄደን እኮ መድረቅ እኮ ለዛ ነው እንዳይበላሽ ውሃው መጥፋት አለበት።
No, once the fish is harvested, it should be processed, it should be properly kept, stored, and reached to the consumers. But the main problem here, because of the accessibility, because of the lack of the technology, there is a market with Sudan, and they are traditionally they are processing the drying catfish in poor condition. The quality is very poor. So this poor quality is not good for image of the country. It's not even profitable for them. So this product should be processed in proper ways and it should be marketed. So we would like to just to let these farmers involved in this research choose the best technology that will keep the fish and fish products for long or for better shelf life.
አሁን 14-13 ግራም ነው። አዎ ስለዚህ 1 ኪሎ ለመሆን ገና ኪሎ ግማሽ ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ የዚህ ያህል ሶስት ያስፈልጋል። አዎ ስለዚህ ይሄንን በጨመርኩ ቁጥር ኪሎ እንዲመጣል
So I think because this is research and we're at the first phase and we need to compare the different ones, solar tent, the rack ones, and open air and smoked. There is also smoked. So after maybe just seeing which one is better quality, microbially, and then even just by seeing physically, and we'll recommend one of those methods. And after that, we have to go for the market. That's the next step. But farmers from the very beginning, they are saying that we need to promote, we need to market, and we need to sell it. They are saying like this. So still we are talking, negotiating with these different processing methods. That's all.
Their challenge has just begun. There is no strict rule for the steps followed in FRG approach. However, FRG approach strongly advocates the involvement of women in all the activities. Once an existing need, felt or unfelt, is recognized based on observation of current practices, potential or farmers' demand, multidisciplinary team and farmers group are established to launch the project. Gender sensitization workshop must be held at this stage. Farmers' need, potential, and possible or available options are matched to select FRG research topics. Formulate research proposal by researcher for securing budget. Identify important stakeholders and start establishing linkage among them. Discussion on cost sharing starts this time. Make an action plan jointly by researchers, extension workers, farmers, and other stakeholders to make sure that the activity is owned by them. Make sure how the cost is shared among them. The activities including on-farm trials, training, field days, and exchange visits are carried out jointly by or shared among researchers, extension agents, farmers, and other stakeholders. Monitoring and evaluation are carried out at various levels and stages. Comprehensive set of technologies which are well incorporated into the farming system. Technical outputs are converted into extension materials for wider impact of the technology.
In conventional research, researchers do research in somewhere in a closed area, on station, where farmers are not allowed to participate from the beginning to the end. Maybe they can be invited to see the results of the research during field days or so. But in participatory research, farmers are the owners of the research. They are part and parcel of the research. So when farmers are involved in participatory research, first their needs, their problems are included as part of the research. Their felt needs are included as part of the research. And second, after being involved in the planning, implementation, monitoring and evaluation, etc. of the research, they are ready to own the research. So they develop a sense of ownership, and they are ready to adopt to take the results, the outcomes of the research.
So farmers research group based means the farmers are researchers, farmers are farmers at the same time. They are also important in the extension activity, but the technology will be refined in their own area through their full participation. If the technology is based and if it is selected by farmers, it will be fit to the area and it will be accepted by other areas. And also they are responsible by disseminating information to their friends, to neighboring farmers and so on.
If you always interact with farmers, you will build a rapport. That means farmers believe you in what you are doing, you know. Otherwise, farmers will hesitate even to follow you or to work with you. So you have to increase or you have to develop interaction with farmers so that you can encourage farmers, you can encourage more farmers to come into the research system.
خزعانة بعلي تلوقيت أرخون خوي بالورد إن مرحت بعلي وصبق وصيث وصيئة مع الفريقية خزقن تندق نشتله حماية لتكخنا يمكرية مرحي ورد لني جلعتن له بلا دعاء بالوقت هتخنا جوزات خنا مريت خن حرسة زرعة مسمر زرع خطأ عملت اللو يجي لقون يورد لني.
So there should be, I think, intensive discussion. We have to just communicate. We need to start from the problem of the farmers. If we just simply intervene without just discussing them from the very beginning, including the problem identification, it may create a gap, it may create a problem. They have to make sure that some groundwork should be done ahead before we are going to implement maybe the research. So if we just simply bring technology and then do it this and that simply by considering our problems from our point of view, it may not help. So it is good to have some groundwork done before things are going to be implemented.
The objective of the FRG approach is to enhance the technology generation, verification, and adoption process, and farmers as well as stakeholders' participation is crucial in the entire process.
የኔ ስሜት ለመግለጽ ይከብደኛል። ኩራት ነው የሚሰማኝ። ምክንያቱም እነሱ በምርምር የተሻለ ዘር ነው የሚያመጡት። ከፍተኛ ምርት የሚሰጥ አርሶ አደሩን ወደ ተሻለ ደረጃ ሊያደርስ የሚችል የምርምር ስራ ስለሆነ የሚሰሩ ከነሱ ጋር መስራት እኔ ኩራት ነው የሚሰማኝ ከነሱ ጋር በመስራት።
Nearly 50 of the research projects are now undergoing in various regions in this country. Together we can make it. That is the words to express our approach.